And what is going on, guys? I am Flint Masters, and we are here once again for episode 8. Can you believe it, guys? We are now officially, if they stick to the usual 16 format schedule, halfway through Hell's Kitchen Season 24 Battle of the States. And not only has he made it to the halfway point, but he's made it to the top 10. And he's here joining us, I assume still in Texas, right? Everything's bigger in Texas. But everyone, please welcome the awesome Chef Henry Johnson to the stream. Henry, how are you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you, gentlemen, and I'm excited. I'm excited for questions. I'm excited to get this conversation rolling.
Yeah, I think the first question for the episode is about Pissgate. I know that we've had a bunch of gates going on so far, so we'll get into that in a second. I almost forgot about that too. So we got and where's Ultra? Damn, I almost forgot about him. So unfortunately, guys, Ultra could not be here for tonight. And also, just so you guys know, I probably won't be able to be here for the first time since doing this next week. I'll explain more on that in a second, but it's for exciting reasons. But it looks like we got our Texas rep. I assume that means you're also from Texas Limelight. So we got a bunch of Henrys. We got should be a fun episode. So guys, and I'll just let you guys know now, Henry is a big fan of the show, so you just don't have to ask him questions about this season. I'm sure you can ask him questions about other seasons, and he'll probably know more about that than most chefs. So it should be a fun stream. But even though we don't got Ultra here, we've got
he's a fan of the show. He can speak for himself.
He can speak from See, he knows the reference. There we go.
Yeah.
But speaking of, what's going on, Jem? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I got a message from my friend today stating that, he says, okay, so he takes a picture of, he sends me 3 pictures, and I'm like, okay, cool. I wonder what these pictures are. And guess what? They're 3 screenshots from episode 4 of DMV. And I'm not just an extra, but I'm pretty freaking visible.
Yes, sir. There we go. Let's get a W for Jem in chat.
So if you guys watch DMV, which is a CBS show, and you check out episode 4, I'm not sure about the rest of the episodes, but at least episode 4, you'll clearly be able to see me in a green shirt.
That's awesome.
In a green shirt. Nice. We're all wearing green shirts. I just realized we're all pretty much wearing green shirts too. That's the thing.
No, I mean it's my green dress shirt that has sort of palmish sort of patterns. I'm wearing sandals and I'm overweight, so that's pretty much the tip off. And I have curlier hair.
Which speaking of, do we need to let the chat know of your mission here for your weight loss, or do we want to keep that a secret?
Screw it. I'll just let them know. So I remember posting my weight in episode 2's reunion, and I was 285, and I gained weight since then. I couldn't freaking do it. But then since then I've lost 5. I went to 295, and now I'm back to 290. Because I managed to be consistent these past 4 days. So that's good. But I'm telling you guys, I have such a weight problem. It's really I have such a sugar addiction. It's crazy.
We all are.
Yeah.
Speaking of sugar, that's Gumball. How are you doing today? That was too good.
I'm doing pretty well. Just watch the episode. I feel like it was pretty good for the most part. Obviously we'll get into it soon enough, but aside from that, pretty normal week. Just the usual grind for me at least.
I hear you're watching a football game. Is your favorite team playing, or you just kind of pay attention to football?
So it's the Patriots.
Okay.
I was actually worried that they weren't going to show the episode, because I remember last season when we were doing this, there was one episode where the Patriots were playing on Thursday night, and they I guess it was shown on Fox instead of ABC. So because of that, I wasn't able to watch the episode. I had to learn from someone else what happened. So I was at least glad that I was able to watch the episode this time. It wasn't interrupting anything. But the game is happening right now. So I just have it on my phone basically.
I got you. Good to see the Patriots doing well again.
Oh yeah,
they're beating the dynasty. All right, so Henry, let's not only start with you, but start with the episode. We went right to it. Do we ever know who ended up pissing on the floor, Henry?
No, we never found out.
Oh no,
never found out. Honestly.
I forgot. Gumball didn't Henry have speculation? I think it's in my notes, but
yeah. So I think I have it down. So you said you thought Anaya did it.
Yeah. Do you still believe that?
I honestly, I don't. I think it was just something that I said in the moment, right? Because there was so much finger pointing going back and forth, and I just thought maybe it would be so outlandish if she had done it.
I remember when I watched that scene, I remember it was Jaden, I believe, who made this quote about, you know, everybody's trying to say it's a man who did it. It's like, what about a woman? And and I, you know, I don't mean to spoil the podcast by using this word, but it kind of gives me the same vibe as like when you go onto a college campus and you see like these warnings for date rape, like those posters there, and then they use like the words like pronouns like he to refer to like the rapist, the potential rapist, and she to refer to as like the potential victim. And then you see some person try to make it like gender balanced by like crossing the pronouns to make it seem like both genders could possibly do it, which is technically true, but you know the statistics, right? And then they say he or she, he or she, he or she, right? That's the vibe I got from that confession. I was like, even as a guy, I'm saying, I don't think it was a woman who pissed on the floor.
Well, to be fair, you know, there are way more women in the house right now than men.
Yeah. Now, though I will admit, it could have been Anaya. Anaya could just very well have done it just to, you know, stir up drama. And she seems to be the type. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's probably why I agree with Henry's coming from. So I got to ask Henry, as a blue team, you know, you guys have seemed pretty chill from our point of view. You know, from a TV, and you could probably see it. You know, the red team has been an absolute drama case. So was that indeed the case at this point throughout the season? Likes of Anaya and Cara Marie just all kind of being catty, or you know, just kind of played up for TV, or what?
You know, honestly, you know, living through it, going through it, you know, we in the blue team, and data, you know, on our team, like we were very like systematic in our approach. Like we tried to take emotion out of it. We just tried to go off like hard facts. And that red team is a lot of strong female personalities, and you know, sometimes when you're a passionate individual, you let your emotions get the better of you. You just like you fight tooth and nail, and I mean, obviously, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing passionate individuals that are just like trying to quote unquote like plead their case. You know.
All right, yeah, for sure. Maybe we got a $2 donation from Justin. Maybe R. Kelly snuck into HK and did. I saw a bunch of comments like that. So I'm glad you. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, it could have been Krista. Yeah.
Yeah, like time travels to season 24 before going to do the season 14 service.
No, yeah, no, she's been holding on for 10 seasons, and now she finally couldn't take it anymore. I like that one. Oh my goodness, bro, that was actually good. All right. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other like people. That's the only person I can think of who's had like urinating problem. Oh, of course, Brett. Of course, that was something different, as we know. But all right, we should probably move on from that because we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Even though it was the Cook for Your Life, but especially with the man joining us, Henry. I say, dare say, you had quite. This was probably your best episode so far this season. Not only getting a point during the challenge, but just in general, really getting highlighted. Had a good time. Just guessing the right ingredients. Gumbo, can you remind me what that challenge was? You kind of explain that to me.
Yeah. So it was two parts. One was like the pairs, like going up and like it was sort of like a reflex thing of like trying to like guess like what the license plate says, and then like being able to decide like whether to use that for your team's dish or to offload it to the other team's dish. So we saw Henry doing very well, like with that, like just like buzzing in every time, getting the answers right. And then obviously you have cooking the dishes afterwards. So it was a 2-part challenge.
Yeah, Henry, how are you? I'm always amazed by people who can just like, you know, visualize that stuff. Does that just come natural to you? I know you said like your time, you know, training kind of helped you. Has that stuff always been natural to you, or just kind of as you get older and just kind of, I don't know.
You know, you do crosswords, or you do like, you know, kind of like brain teaser puzzles, you know, jumbles and things like that. But I mean, like obviously, like being in the Air Force, my specific career field that I was in, like we dealt with airspace, and airspace was always broken into, you know, a few numbers and a few letters, and so you know you start to see patterns into that. And not only that, I mean, I've taken a road trip a time or two in my life, and obviously, you know, when you're driving through like West Texas and it's flat, and you see these vanity license plates, you try to decipher what they mean.
I got you. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, what was your thoughts on this challenge? Now, before we get into that, were you at all like, as a big fan of the show, top 11 is usually when the Cook for Your Life happens. Was that on your mind at all? Or was any chef even bring that up before the Cook for Your Life happened?
I mean, honestly, you know, being in it and you go through it, it's like you sometimes don't even know like how many days have transpired, right? Because it's just like a continuous thing. And like, yeah, you take time and you're like, wow, there's only 11 of us. You know what I mean? Like, something's going to happen, but you're so focused on the now. You're so focused on being present in the moment. You're not really thinking like, I wonder when Cook for Your Life, you know what I mean? Or, all those kind of like key moments that happen throughout all the seasons, right? With the patterns of it, you don't really think about that when you're actually in it.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, Gumball, Henry, it's kind of interesting. Henry, obviously he didn't have a bad episode last week, but he was up for elimination. And
Right.
but despite that, he still went up in your rankings. And I don't disagree with that, especially since John, I thought, was such a big time contender. And he obviously had a pretty big crash out. So yeah, what's your thoughts overall on Henry this episode? And chat, this goes for you as well. Again, got a lot of screen time during the challenge and did the first one to go during the challenge, got a point, and had the best overall dish, pretty much, essentially won the challenge. Blue team to go golfing, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, overall thoughts on Henry here.
Yeah, I feel like it was a very good episode for you, Henry, all things considered. I should probably clarify, Henry. So the way I do my rankings is based on the edit more so than like just pure performance. So just because someone's low in the ranking doesn't necessarily mean that they're like performing poorly or any means, based on what we're seeing at least. But I do feel like I have moved up on your chances at least across this last episode. I feel like this was a very good showing for you, winning the challenge. Obviously, like already demonstrating from what we've seen at least, like a strong like leadership ability, at least on the blue team at least. So again, I feel like those things like have made me like gone up a bit higher on you, like and I think this episode really helped things. So yeah, I feel like it was very interesting.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be honest that I think that this episode was one of my, I think at least in the new era, I'm not sure overall, but at least in the new era, this is probably one of, if not my top 3 favorite episodes. It's
okay, explain.
yeah,
I'm interested.
I'm gonna say for the new era, it cracks my top 5. I'll say that. For overall, I'm not sure where it would rank, but it's a really good episode. Like the Pissgate was like it was random, but it was kind of funny too. That being said, I think there were a couple of cringy comments in the sense of like, I'm just sitting there thinking like someone talking about like, oh, like someone making a joke about my wife would beat my ass for that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, imagine if a woman made a joke about that and it was a man beating her ass. I don't think people would be laughing at that. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm just saying that like I still think overall was something funny. Then we get to the challenge and I'm having fun because the code pre-challenge there, I'm having fun with it. I'm watching it and I'm doing it because I like these riddles. I like these sort of games. And that was fun to do. I think I got, let's say 50% of it right. And part of the reason why I didn't do well is because I don't know half the freaking ingredients. Then we do the challenge. I think the only criticism I would have with the challenge was this idea of, oh, we're going to get another moment of, the person who sat out had the best dish. But although she had a good dish, Ramsey didn't explicitly state it was the best. So at least that was there. And then the rest we'll talk about later on.
Well, yeah, let's kind of get into that. However, because this was a great, and we'll kind of talk about how that correlated to the Cook for Your Life. But yeah, this was a damn good challenge for everyone. And that makes it more impressive to me that Henry stood out, the fact that it was so good that he had the best overall dish. And hold on. So we started. Gumbo, remind me, what did Cara Marie and Alex and all of them cook with? Because I know Henry did a pork chop and Dan did the lamb. What was those guys' main dish?
Yeah, so I'll admit I didn't keep track of like the ingredients for them. I was just more so focusing on whether they got a point or not, which most of them got points. I think the only person that didn't get a point outright was Anaya for the blue team. I mean, for the red team, and Jaden for the blue team. They didn't get points. Everyone else got a point.
You're so ruthless, Jam. My goodness, Ultra's in here, and you're talking about. My God, dude.
Don't worry. If Ultra sees it, he'll take the joke. I'm sure of it.
By the way, guys, so because I got to do this, talk about my channel membership. Ultra finally on our exclusive channel membership podcast, only exclusive to the channel. Ultra gave away his top 10 least favorite chefs. So he has quite an interesting top 10. His number 2 pick, especially, you would never guess in a million years. So.
I think just to clarify, his top 10 least favorites is more least favorite from the idea of combination of least favorite personality, but at the same time, least favorite in the sense of like you're not redeemed by how entertaining you are. So he means least favorite in the sense of like I don't like you, and on top of that, you don't have an entertainment value that makes up for it, and that's what he wants to be more specific about, in my opinion.
Yeah, I won't tell you. I'm interested who you guys think, as you guys know, he's been around for a long time. I'm interested if you guys are able to think who he chose. I won't say the entire top 10. But
yeah, his number one's obvious, but
it should be obvious. Yeah. I'm interested to see who you guys think, and I think the chat's already getting it. But for next week, guys, I know I said it's not a big deal. But yeah, so for the first time, and again, it is like a student short film, but yeah, I got a cast to be in a couple of short films next week. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'll probably be filming on Thursday. And again, to be honest, with all due respect to student films, I'm like 99.9% sure I'll be filming, but you never know. Student films, that could always be like move on to next week if something happens. So it's a win-win either way. Either I get to film that, or if they cancel, then I'll be here. But if I am filming, it looks like Jem, for the first time, Jem, you'll get to host a podcast. How do you feel about that?
This is my big break. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I need this. So this is a big break for me, and I'm grateful to Flynn. I'm grateful to everybody here. And I'm already working on trying to get some guests on. One person, I'll give you the hint. Actually, screw it, I won't give the hint because people in the Hell's Kitchen Discord already know. I'm trying to get Robert from season 5 and 6. I also asked out to Jaden from this season.
You asked out Jaden, right?
Not in that way, Flynn. Anyway, we
all know.
Yeah, so I got I'm not gonna spoil too much, but I got a brief response from Robert, but he I don't know. I think like I tried to explain it to him, and so far he didn't give a response. But I think he's going through some personal stuff right now, so I don't want to push it too much. And as far as Jaden's concerned, I didn't get a response yet, so we'll see how that goes. But either way, I'm going to try to secure a guest for next week, guys. Do not worry about that.
For sure. Yeah. And if not, I'm interested. I'm so interested to see how that goes. So yeah, guys, definitely you can always get Chef Butts back on. Just reach out to him. But yeah, guys, definitely give a Jem a shot with that podcast. I'll also try to give him a link to the channel. And by the way, you guys were right. It was pretty obvious. Jason Underwood was Ultra's least favorite. Now I'm trying to guess the second least favorite. You guys will never guess that.
Okay. How about I invite Jason Underwood on the podcast, guys?
I was waiting for that. Chef Henry, do you have a least favorite chef of all time, or in a favorite chef for that matter?
Is this just like through the seasons of Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
I was always a huge fan of Rock.
Rock, that's a good one. The old school winner. And you don't have to say it, but do you have like a least favorite?
Oh man, least favorite? I cannot remember the chef's name in season 1 that copped that attitude and wanted to fight Ramsay.
Jessica?
He was like the first to boot, and I can never remember his name.
I think it's Jeff, because he was like quit that episode.
But that probably.
Yeah, I think it was Jeff, because Dewberry at least made up for it by trying to come back and fight, and then Jeff he quit actively, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, guys. Like I said, if you guys missed it earlier, Henry is a big fan of the show, so yeah, you can ask him some general questions about the show and just questions about this season. Also, yeah, let's get back into this episode. So yeah, Henry, of course, got a point. Ellie got a point. Sydney all got a point. We already did that. Before that, Cara Marie continued her streak, and we'll kind of get into that in a second. But she, after failing all season, she got her second straight point in a row. Alex got a point, Anthony got a point, and Chris got a point. It wasn't until the final two lamb dishes, the only two not to get the point, like you said, Gumball, was Jaden and Anaya. So I'm interested in chat. This goes for you as well. Did you think that, because I was kind of interested how they were going to choose the participants for the Cook for Your Life this season. Did you think, Gumball, that possibly they were just going to do, hey, Jaden, you didn't get a point, and you didn't get a point, head-to-head matchup, or did you feel like it was going to be something different?
I mean, it's hard to say, because obviously it's like you have to factor in the risk that it's like, okay, what if it just so happened that like Lisa had been picked for the challenge and like only Jaden was the one to not get a point. So I feel like it would have been hard logistically to do it just based off one challenge. I think it makes more sense to do it cumulatively based off everything so far. I think Ramsey would see that as being more in the spirit of what this Cook for Your Life challenge is, as being like this, I guess, necessary like task to get to the next stage of the game. So I wasn't really thinking that, like, and especially with like Anaya, like seeming like someone who Ramsey would probably want to move along anyway. Like, I don't think he would base it solely off one challenge performance for Anaya in particular, but I think Jaden like makes a bit more sense. Like, obviously, Jaden has had numerous struggles both in services and in challenges. So like, I was thinking he was at least gonna be picked, like whatever mechanism they were going to choose, but I wasn't really thinking they were basing it solely off this challenge, like because of the possibility of like everyone getting a point.
Well, I see some questions for Henry, so we'll get down to a second. Have you seen John's YouTube Deep South Foodies, or did you ever talk about it?
Yes, I have, and I have been off and on, like, dropped in and said, hey. So traditionally when John films it, like I'm working, like I am right now, like it's during service. So I'll like stop in and say, hey, real quick, and then like bounce out. But he's got a great YouTube channel. You should definitely check him out.
All right, cool. And yeah, so how was the golfing? Were you much of a golfer at all? We saw your lefty. I saw that. That was cool. But yeah.
I didn't notice.
Caddy, so I can definitely drive a golf cart for sure and pick out the clubs, but I've never really bought into golfing, but it was a very relaxing time. It was a lot of fun.
I have to say, like, I think about season 10 and when there was that challenge where both teams were punished. I think that this season, like, I was watching this challenge and I was thinking, you know what? I think this could be the first time where both teams win the reward. I feel like it's deserved. And then there were a couple of people that made mistakes, and I'm like, okay, it's not going to happen. But honestly, I'm kind of glad that panned out the way it did, at least this time, because this is another really, good moment of the episode. Is just watching one team just, driving carts and being lazy and do the golf drives, and then the other team just get railed by Marino.
Yeah, this was an all-time funny episode.
And then on top of that, Marino just sabotages the woman by dumping the golf balls like 5 times.
That was the thing. Like, it wasn't just the blue team hitting the golf balls. He was just like screwing with them. Like, oh, just pick it all up.
It's like it takes me back to the season 7 premiere where it's the like conveniently it's the menu and reward, and the women have to serve them breakfast in bed as the punishment. Like that's just funny in like ironic way. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. I was gonna say, be careful with how you phrase that. All right. Henry, do you have a favorite Hell's Kitchen season?
I know from Young Guns, I know Antonio. I know Antonio from Young Guns ahead of me at the CIA. So I was of him when he was on that season, and Bounce Back came so popular. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was his phrase. Yeah, that's been a phrase of the new eras too, as well.
Did Antonio coach you by having to bounce back like 5 times in a row?
No coaching from Antonio for sure. But I did when the episodes came out, I did reach out to him, and I was very proud of him. You know what I mean?
For sure. Definitely a fun little character there. So I guess we kind of touched on Lisa, but Gumball, I'll go back to you because I'm kind of the opposite of Henry. Lisa kind of dropped for you last week. So and chat, this goes for you as well. I'm very interested to hear, do you think, because like obviously you dropped her dish, it ended up great. Ramsey called her out. She got a good confessional. Where do you think Lisa goes from here? If you just want to give out a flat out prediction, you can. Do you think she'll be gone soon? Maybe like first black jacket? Or is this a big star of a turnaround because she was like a top 2 contender for not only you, but for a lot of people, and has dropped off these past couple weeks? So where do you see Lisa going from here?
Yeah, so last few episodes were pretty rough. And we got to the moment in the episode where Ramsey like tried her dish, said she would have gotten a point had he picked her. And obviously goes even further in having that conversation with her after the challenge, which felt kind of unnecessary. And I think immediately in the moment, I was thinking one of 2 things. Either she was going to be like the surprise boo in the Cook for Your Life challenge.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very real possibility. Like, sort of like Ramsey putting her into Cook for Your Life to like essentially prove herself, to like, I guess like show like basically make it some sort of test for her. Or if she does survive it, maybe it is this turnaround. And I do think that's probably one of Lisa's biggest strengths is that I do feel like she has this great potential storyline that she had set up for the premiere where she talked about being a mother, talking about how she wants to rediscover her love for cooking. And I think there's this clear growth arc for Lisa that we got set up early in the season. And while I did think it dropped off for a bit, and while I think her bad services in the last few episodes have kind of called that into question, I do think this last episode did help me get hype, I guess, restore some faith in her. I do feel they're now coming back around to her. And yes, while it could be circumstantial because obviously she wasn't picked for the challenge in a spot where Naya sucked while she would have been good, I do feel the fact that, again, we got a lot of focus on it. And Lisa herself got to talk quite a bit about how, she never really had anyone to prop her up, and how she needs to find that. I think that is a continuation of that story arc. And I think that's probably a pretty massive pro for her. So I would say at the end of the day, this is a pretty big step forward for Lisa here. I definitely will be curious to see where it goes from here. But I do think this was a very, very strong rebound for Lisa after a couple of shaky episodes.
I don't personally know if, I understand your perspective. That being said, to be fair, I was very tunnel vision on who I thought was going home tonight with the Cook for Your Life, regardless of the edit. But even if I was that thought would have never entertained my mind because I was thinking Lisa, to get this pep talk from Ramsey now after, in my opinion, being invisible for most of the season, only to go home tonight, I just felt it would have been a bit awkward, unlike last season where I knew I figured out a heavy hitter was going to go home, and it was somebody who had character development over the course of 4 episodes.
All right. Henry, what was your thought? So I already kind of gave you, asked you about how you thought about the red team. Now, did anyone stand out from the red team? I mean, obviously, of course, Jada would end up joining you guys, so maybe other than her. At this point in the season, did anyone stand out as your biggest competition? Despite, yeah.
Well, I still have a grudge, with Lisa because she beat me for Sig Dish, and I was a little bitter about that. So Lisa's phenomenal. And then ironically, I don't know what happened through whatever type of Hell's Kitchen magic, but for the most part, I just kept going up against Alexandra, challenge after challenge.
Yeah.
Kept up. And yes, I was getting a point, for the team, but she was getting a point. And I was I wasn't beating her. And I was just what the heck is going on? But from a standpoint, before Jada came on our team, she was definitely one that I was keeping my eye on, very, very talented. Same thing with Lisa. And then I was also keeping my eye on Sydney as well.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it was just something watch those and see what's going to happen.
We got a couple of donations here. So this one's essentially for Jem in a way. But yeah, Jem, try to get Brett from season 14, 18 on next week. People are always asking for him. I would love to get him on.
Okay, I'll send him a message to Kyle Broussard, which, by the way, I said your name right. I'll send Brett a message.
Dude, you should just go everyone. Just go ham. I have 20 chefs on next week and just break the internet. Dude,
No, if I could get. Look, I'm going to try to play the field. That being said, I don't want to be number one overcrowded, and I also don't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't want to be this. I don't want a bunch of chefs talking behind my back hey, this dude, did he send you a message? Did he send you a message? This is weird. You know what I mean?
The new Jem Gate. And we got another. So W for Kyle, another a $5 donation for this one. So Henry, and this one's for Henry. Henry, what was your favorite blind taste test, if you remember them? And what was your favorite moment of season 22? Was it when Ramsey gave Ryan the black jacket, making history? Do you remember that moment?
I do, and that was pure kismet. The emotion that Ryan had on his face, was absolutely bonkers. It was absolutely you could tell that he went through a whole range of emotions. And then I don't have a specific favorite blind taste test because they all are amazing. They all are great in their own right.
That's a good question. I never really thought about fave. I remember some moments, Chad. I wonder what you guys think. I like season 5 where freaking Robert and Giovanni, Robert, it's his favorite thing here, and then he says tastes like shit, whatever it is. That's a pretty funny one. Freaking. I'm trying to remember some other funny ones, but yeah, I wonder what the chat has to say about that. Oh yeah, the Snickers one. I like that. What Frank guessed Snickers. That started the ice cream one. That was funny. That might be a future video ranking all the blind taste test. All right, so yeah, so we got Lisa with her moments, and then we had the golf, all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into the Cook for Life and how it was decided. So yeah, Gumball. I know Jem was really and it's too bad I just left at this moment because I know he was really down for how this, and chat, this goes for you as well too. What do you kind of think of Ramsey? He kind of didn't really do any BS. He was just flat out, hey, whoever done the 4 worst in the challenges, you're cooking for your life. How did you kind of feel about this kind of new way of going about things?
I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like it, like it is a part of the competition, like the Cook for Your Life challenge. It is meant to be like a way to essentially put a bunch of people in the hot seat. I think it's probably like a bit more fair to do it this way, like sort of like assess people cumulatively, like overall based on how they've done across all services and all challenges up to that point. Where I believe last season, like, wasn't it only based off like that specific challenge, like that happened that day?
I've never been a fan of that. Yeah, I've just never.
Yeah, I think that this is another point in the favor of it being one of my favorite episodes because it's like, we have a judgment criteria for who would cook in the Cook for Your Life. That's number one. It's fair in my opinion. Like it's not just based on one challenge, and it's not based on who had the gusto to stay last in the one person gets out of the kitchen challenge, and it's not based on who could sell their dish better for season 21. It's not based on and look, I actually don't mind the ones that are based off of chefs' rankings of each other. That being said, I feel like this is a challenge elimination, so might as well make it based off of cumulative challenge performances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always kind of messed up. Like look at Anthony last year; he was so great all year. He did one bad in the challenge. He didn't get a point there in challenge. It probably wasn't even a bad dish from what I remember, and then he just served an awful dish. And one bad dish in entire competition sends him home. It just.
But to be fair, I think that one thing
I will say it makes it interesting in a way, but it's also kind of unfair. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think another thing we have to keep in mind that like just there's a bit of an asterisk is that we I think this is the first season where where the idea of cumulative challenge points or having scored a challenge point for your team is a recurring talking point. I've never seen a season like this. I've heard people say, "Oh yeah, this person's good in challenges." Maybe not as much as services, but that's about it. But this is the first season where Carberry says, "Oh, I'm keeping track in my brain of the number of points I'm scoring, and apart from signature dish, I scored nothing." And then we get to this, and then now Ramsey's saying he actually calculated everybody's challenge scores.
I wish Ultra was here because man, dude, he would have a freaking field day with that shit. Because I was Carberry, but like, and I knew Jaden kind of screwed up, but like, who else could have? I didn't know who.
But I predicted who I was like. The person who went home tonight, just like for the narrative, just had to go home.
We'll talk more about that. Yeah. I think it was pretty obvious for all of us.
I wanted to say we were talking. So Kyle Brusal earlier, you're like Kyle, that's your name. And earlier tonight we had a challenge that had a mini game aspect to it. And I joined a league a few weeks ago for a certain sport. So Kyle Timson, I have an invitation for you. I bought this a few weeks ago. Well, not a few weeks ago. I bought this last week for a hefty price. And Kyle Timpson, if ever you come to Quebec or if ever I come to you, I'll teach you how to play pickleball. I'd be happy to do so.
Oh, there we go. Oh nice. My goodness. If you know, you know. Henry, when he first said it was like, going on stats, because again, you've done well, but again, that's the thing. Alexandra always kind of tied you. So at the top of your head, were you, I'm sure it was all really fast. Did you like think instantly I was safe or, oh shit, I'm in trouble? What were you kind of thinking when you first said this?
That's on the head. Like all we're keeping track, like through every challenge, right? Like, and we would breathe sometimes, and then the edit, you guys don't normally see like how long like the blue team is deliberating, right? When we're trying to figure out, like, when we have to put up people for elimination. But, like, we also talked about, like, are we going to factor in challenges when we talk about who we want to put up, for those eliminations? And a lot of us were like, let's leave that out because, Chef Ramsey would always say, like, hey, like, based off tonight's service, right? Or based off of the past 2 services, find 2 people. So we were always very like, all right, let's put that off to the side. Like, we're not going to worry about that. But I mean, we all knew, like, we would keep track of that. All right, I got a 4 on my sig dish, right? And then point. Like, I'm holding my own. I'm not dead weight when it comes to challenges, So we kept track of it for sure.
For sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see like the stats. I'm sure. Where's the one stat guy we need him? Just make sure make sure Gordon.
Right. Penis pens, yeah. Like, where is he?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, oh my god, dude, he's gonna tell Gordon Ramsay he was wrong. Could you imagine? Like, really, like this?
No, he's gonna say Lisa makes a mistake because she didn't sell her dish.
I know that should. Oh my god, that's good. I can't wait to see that. Oh my god. No, and that's the thing, and just in general, like the stats guys, dude, they're gonna be like, oh, it really should have been Lisa or Alexandra should have been up there, as opposed to like Chris or whatever, because of this, blah 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 blah. Gordon Ramsay's wrong.
Yeah, but and that's one thing I noticed all season. We kept hearing Cara Marie say, I never won a challenge point, and everybody's saying the same thing. She never won a challenge point. And I'm like, nobody's thinking about how, technically speaking, the signature dish points are challenge points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I will say this. Penis pens, we really need you right now. That would be nice. But I disagree. This idea that Gordon Ramsay, maybe he did a miscalculation for who had the weakest challenge performances. I didn't do the math on that, but I think the right person went home tonight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, we won't touch on this too much, but that's what I'm saying. Even if he got a point or not, like he's going to Ramsay. Like I trust the 4 people he chose tonight were indeed, like in his view, like the weakest in challenges so far, no matter what the stats say. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just asking this.
No, I would have gone with the stats, Flynn. I'm sorry, but I do think all I care about is the right person went home tonight. That's all I'm gonna say until we get that point.
No, that's what I'm saying. Stats can be viewed in a different way. Don't be like some other people. Anyway, we won't get into that. So yeah, let's go. So did we all kind of agree, Gumball? Did you agree, kind of think that, because we all kind of thought Cara Marie was going home last week. Is that who you're thinking was going home before the challenge started? Or were you possibly thinking, especially as Chris was messing up, maybe, Jaden's obviously kind of been in hot water for a while. Maybe Ellie would be the Anthony of the season. Like, what were we kind of thinking before the challenge started?
Yeah, so after I found out who the 4 were, I was thinking, okay, Ellie's probably safe. I feel like she's probably the safest out of those 4. Mm-hmm. After that, again, I've been pretty high on Chris all season. Again, unless he had like an Anthony-style collapse, like I didn't think he was going out either. So it was really between Cara Marie and Jaden. And yeah, I do think Cara Marie like made the most sense to go out. Like, she had gotten the most amount of focus specifically on not getting points in challenges from her previous like episodes. And obviously like there was definitely like a lot of focus as well on like her while they were making her Cook Your Life challenge disc. With that said though, I did think there was a small chance I thought it could have been Jaden as well, because we had seen him being pretty sloppy both in challenges and in services. And like, I just feel like Jaden's someone who I think is probably going to be booted soon anyway. So like, I feel like if he had gone out in that spot, I wouldn't have been the most shocked in the world either. But yeah, I'd say Cara Marie was like the clearly most likely person to go out. But I think Jaden was probably the second. And then I think the other 2 are pretty safe.
Henry, from our point of view, it seemed like you thought that Ellie was kind of messing up. So what was it kind of like to watch that challenge? And, were you surprised by the results?
I mean, ultimately, like, when the results came through and the individual that went home, like, it made sense. But like, we're watching it from the dorms and we are just seeing snippets of what they're doing. So like, fennel, right? Like a lot of fennel in that broth and raising it, and it can be overpowering. And then, ultimately, like, some of it was a little undercooked, it needed to kind of braise out a little bit more. And then, Chris with the Sunchoke scales, you know what I mean? Like, I remember turning to Anthony and I was like, is he making scales now? But I mean, that's Chris. Chris takes risks, you know what I mean? Like, he goes big or he goes home, you know what I mean? And it paid off. It really did pay off.
Yeah, but I think sorry.
I was just going to say, and then when Jaden, like, the biggest thing that made me nervous was Jaden's shrimp, because they were just like hanging out on that grill. And Anthony and I were just like, dude, I hope that is like the side of the grill that has no, like, I hope that they're just not continuing to cook. So.
Yeah, because if a guy had gone home tonight, that would mean like this would be like the first gift phase where there's only like 3 men. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
yeah.
I said, after last season, that could have, that was the cool thing about this episode. Even if it felt obvious it was Kara. Like after last season with Anthony's elimination, I was like, I was not going to bet anything. That's for sure.
But with Chris, I have to say that, see, I already had 4 out of my 5 Black Jacket picks ruled out. Like not ruled out, but like I have 4 of my 5 Black Jacket picks in my brain before this episode started, and I was kind of back and forth between the 5th pick, and I'm going to spoil it because I'm going to put my placement predictions video up for you guys to watch either Saturday or Sunday.
Let's go! Jem's doing his video.
Finally, and I'm going to make that a new tradition. Now, my new tradition is my placement predictions will just start at the gift phase. Screw it. But or what I believe is the gift phase, because I know Grant thinks it's going to start at 12. But anyway, or it started already. But but anyway, my point being is my 5th Black Jacket was either Henry or Chris. I was like back and forth between the two, but I think Henry had such a like a star edit this episode.
Dude, I'm on the Henry train, dude.
And on top of that, Chris, he like even though you got nominated and Chris didn't at one point, like you've had a high episode, and meanwhile Chris is very he's in the bottom 4, and I feel like only one of the bottom 4 is gonna make it to the Black Jacket phase, and I already had that one person in mind, so I don't think Chris is gonna be a second one.
Dude, Jem, I love how ruthless you are. No, I'm totally on the Henry train. Dude, Henry, I feel like my stream, having you on the stream, sent like a good luck charm for you, because man, this was a great episode. So I'm all on the Henry train now.
I mean, to be fair, having someone on the stream isn't necessarily a good luck charm, like Bradley, for example.
That's what I'm saying. In the past, it's been like a lot of bad things. Like I think last year Magali came on, she went home next week. Megan went on, went home next week. Bradley, of course, came on, went home soon after. Cara was on 2 weeks ago and went home soon after. Not only was Cara on, but she was with Chris, and it was down to those two. So it was like, oh shit. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Henry might go home next week, but I think finally my stream luck's about to turn around and Henry's going to make it.
I don't think Henry's going home, and I think that Cara Maria, I think one of the biggest tip-offs for Cara Maria going home today was the episode where she finally tells everybody, hey guys, on Instagram I go by Daddy,
We'll get to so before we get into someone asked a question earlier, and of course everyone's going to ask these question, Henry, because they are Raj and Joseph after all. What are your thoughts on Raj and Joseph, if you remember them?
I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember them. So you got to remember, like I grew up like when I was 2001. Man, I was like maybe 10, 11 years old, right? So like watching it and then not going back and like rewatching it until years later. So like I've only ever seen, each of the episodes one time. And then so I have not had a chance to, go back and like rewatch them at my leisure. 2 kids, a mortgage, a busy restaurant, my free time that I have is not that free. So
I got you.
I don't mean to be the dick, but like I think like to be fair, like I don't mean to say in defense of you, but like in defense of the opposite point of view, I guess. Hell's Kitchen started, like the American version started in 2005, not 2001. So technically speaking, you have more of a chance to remember.
That makes me 14. So there we go. Or 4 years.
Yeah, when you get the chance to think, you don't even have to watch the episode. Just like type in Raj on YouTube, Raj Hell's Kitchen, watch his compilation real quick, and then type in Joseph Hell's Kitchen. There's just one particular scene, and then you'll know why everyone's asking you about that. Jem, you are being sassy this stream. I like it, bro. Dude, you're getting ready for next. Are you gonna be like this next week when you're the host, bro?
Sure, I'll do it. I'll kick ass and chew bubble gum, but I'm out of bubble gum. I forgot the expression. Anyway, so.
Forgot the best expression ever. Came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
The only time I heard that expression was when I watched Katie G's Stu Chef Scott compilation, and and unfortunately that video is taken down. That sucks, but but it's true. Raj, it's weird. Raj had 3 episodes, and they did a season 8 marathon on YouTube, and they said it's the one with Raj.
I know, that's what's so great about them, is that's what we always talk about. That's so funny that he's so iconic for being so little one. I know. Oh God, he's gonna be the one to do ejections next week. Oh man, I can't do that. I so can't hope I can see that.
Flynn, I need you to visit next week. Just
I'm gonna
for
try
5
to, dude.
seconds so I can eject your fucking ass. All right.
I'm gonna try to get involved. Yeah, please send me a link. I'm gonna try to join. It's gonna be epic. All
But
right.
I need to know. I need to learn how to set up Stream Deck or whatever it's called. So
StreamYard, don't know after all these years.
StreamYard.
Right, the fucking deck.
After all these years, instead of oh God. So let's kind of get into a Cara Marie's elimination. Well, let's kind of go through the boots here. First, Ellie was the one to go. Her dish was honestly really great. I mean, and then Jaden was just a little bit too messy. So obviously Ellie was moving on. Then between Jaden and a Cara Marie, again, that's what I'm saying. I was like, boy, they're really two on path. From my point of view, even it seemed like Jaden's dish was like more messy, like got more like insult with his like dish. So I was kind of wondering if it might be him, but no, he got to be safe. And then, like I said, it came down to two friends of Chris and a Cara Marie. We'll get to Chris in a second here because he had quite the episode here with the challenge. But in the end, Chris would be saved. And we say goodbye to Jem's crush this season. We say goodbye to Cara Marie, the vegan queen, the challenge elimination queen. It looks like the next victim of my stream curse queen. All that stuff. So
the vegan representative of season 24.
So yeah, guys, give me your thoughts on Cara. I'll start right away. Again, another a fun 11th placer. That's a good thing about this season. A lot of like early-ish boots. I know Cara is more of a mid-game boot, but again, we'll say what you will out here. She was also in the cattiness as well. Like I said, for better for worse, known for another vegan type person who, of course, ironically went home because of bad carrots. Was just a nice little underdog as well. And of course, this elimination kind of led up to her. We've kind of talked all season about how she's been in bad elimination challenges, and that literally came back to bite her, and that's what ultimately did her in was elimination challenge. So a very, very unique character all the way. Again, we've had some good early boots, and we've had some good mid boots, and it looks like we have some good late game boots, but definitely a great character here. Henry, what was Cara Marie like? Any words about her you want to say? Just kind of give it to us.
Yeah, so Cara Marie, she was absolutely phenomenal. She was really, really cool to chill with in the dorms. And, she had that mom energy. You know what I mean? She was like mother hen to the girls. So she was like guiding them and very helpful. And she is a badass. She is a badass chef, and she is a force to be reckoned with. She's super, super sweet. But with that being said, I do need to start to wrap this up. I have a private dining party here in about 15 I need to get ready for. But I just want to say that the three of you, this has probably been one of the most phenomenal experiences that I've ever done. This is actually like one of the first times I've ever done something like this. So thank you much. Flynn, thank you for being so flexible. I know we went a couple weeks back and forth trying to lock down.
Dude, I completely forgot to. I gave you your flowers last week, but let's give another W and Henry for chat because, like I said, we had her gone for next week or last week, but again, Declan couldn't do this week, so I do this last week, and I can't be here next week. So Henry's been flexible for me as well. So no, thank you for your flexibility, bro. It means a lot. So
yeah, but that's the thing about Henry and Declan. Like the Gingers got to have another Gingers back, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Gumball, absolute pleasure, my man. Like I love your insight.
Of course.
Absolutely meticulous, which I dig. And Jim, you're amazing. And I'm gonna tune in to next week's episode when you're crushing it and you're hosting. All right. And I'm super. But any of you guys ever need anything, you just reach out to me and I got you. All right.
Absolutely, bro. You are.
Thank you.
100%. Thank you, Henry. You're a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think tonight, I think every great episode, like I was saying, that this is one of the best episodes, and I think.
Oh, real quick, Jem, are you officially gone, Henry?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get out. I didn't know if you were saying that, but
yeah,
you have a good one. Thanks again.
Of course, you have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
Take care. I mean, like I felt like Henry's presence would have made this next point better, but anyway, my point being is, this is a great episode. I think and I know this is going to be partially a joke, but screw it. Every great episode has a certain element of, if they want to make it, poetic, a certain level of screw the chat tragedy. And so, we get to the episode, and as much as it's somewhat predictable, I'm just sitting there. I had to compose myself before this meeting because Cara Marie.
No.
She's so beautiful and so kind.
Dude, that's like when Lee
And
went home
she's
for
going
me.
home.
That's when Lee
She has
went
a-
home for me.
As much as vegans on the show, it's the same archetype over and over and fucking over again. At least she was genuine. And now she's gone.
Grammy Award, dude. Grammy.
But at least,
dude, you should have got an actual part on DMB, not just a background. My God.
at least, yeah, I get it. But at least with Cara Marie, she Gordon Ramsay, Henry's honor makes me smile, and I was able to turn the tears into a laughter with Gordon Ramsay's elimination quote: "The vegetables did her in." Ironically.
Yeah, well, the saying is potato a vegetable? That's just like more of a
It's a carb, but
carb. Yeah. So didn't Ramsay say that? But like, not really. I don't know the actual facts there. So.
I think it's kind of like the tomato being a fruit sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like whatever. I can kind of see it. So it would have been like better for carrots in that way. But yeah, yeah. So go back to that. So now that you got that out of the way, if you can like not be horny about it, what's your overall thoughts on Cara this year, Jem, as an overall contestant?
I feel that Cara was, I don't know, like we at least we were getting some sort of improvement. We were getting some sort of improvement in services. That was nice to watch. Even in challenges, it was nice to see an improvement. But I don't know. That's the point. With the Cook for Your Life challenge existing as an element to New Era Hell's Kitchen, I just feel like poetically this was her time to go, and it was. And that's the thing. I know there are debates on whether her dish was better than Chris's. I personally feel like Chris had the slight edge, but Ramsay said the potatoes were at the forefront of her dish rather than the meat, and that's kind of what did her in there. But I also think, and this is something I'm going to point out, this is something that's weird, and I want to ask Ultra this the next time I see him. Like, how many chefs have been called up for putting potatoes in a blender on the show? She's like the fifth, no?
I would never guess that. I have no idea.
Because I heard that as like a rookie mistake, sort of like, they did this mistake sort of thing like many times on the show before, and especially in life or death challenges like this one,
I never noticed that, to be honest. So something, I'm sure Ultra will be right there if he was there. That's something I have to ask him next week. Any other final thoughts on Cara here, Jem, before I move on to Gumball's thoughts?
I feel like the right people are coming back for the finale. I mean, there's a small part of me hoping that, I'll put ego aside. I'm hoping that Grant is right so that we can see Cara Marie come back. We can see John come back. But, I think we got a solid final 10. It makes sense.
I don't know if we'll ever do How to Chef. I'm definitely going to do this eventually for like a exclusive stream at one point, because one of these days I got to do that for sure. We got to, just maybe for the channel podcast, something like that. Gumball, what is your overall thoughts on Cara Marie? Again, like I said, a very interesting chef for me. Definitely low in your rankings throughout, but overall thoughts on her.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was fun for the time that she was there. I feel like she wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be like kind of like this massive flame out, though. I think by the end of it, like she ended up being like all right, all things considered. I feel like she had a couple of decent services. She got those points towards the end of her run, which I think is something there. But again, like it was someone I never like felt too great about. I mean, admittedly, I actually felt okay about her after like episode 2. I think I bumped her up a little bit, but then I think I bumped her right back down afterwards. Like when it became pretty clear that this is just not going to pan out. But again, I'm glad that we got her for the time that we did. Like I felt like she was pretty fun, and obviously she was very fun to have on the actual stream.
She was. And I'll stick with you, Gumball, for this, and a chat for you as well. What are your thoughts about Chris this episode? He absolutely got highlighted big time, as possible, like even over Jaden as like possible, like who could have been the boot instead, which I find interesting. Like I feel like the show went out of its way to kind of make him feel in trouble, when again, from a Jetta point of view, it feels like it should have been between, and maybe it's because he was just like last to go, but still kind of similar to Lisa. Do you feel like, Chris could be in trouble going, because it's like 2 episodes in a row where he's kind of an iffy. Do you feel like he could be in trouble going forward and people like Henry will take the reins like the Black Jacket? Or again, do you feel like he's going to bounce back from this and, really start to be the favorite that he seems to be for you in your rankings?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like he got a lot of very strong content during the challenge. I think the way that they framed like his dish during the challenge was interesting, like saying how like he's a risk taker. And I did feel like it was going to pay off. Like I feel like especially at the point where Jaden like was saved, I was pretty certain that Chris was probably going to be spared there over Cara Marie. I mean, I feel like the fact that they did like the fake out like before the commercial, that made it seem like he was going to like blow up his dish or something. Again, I feel like it was very interesting framing how he's like presented as someone who wants to take risks. He wants that to be something that Ramsay sees. And I think the fact that like Ramsay, he got the focus on that, like I think that is a pretty good sign for me that Chris is probably going to rebound from this. Now, obviously, you don't really know. I mean, he could like continue to struggle. Like I think we can't overlook that. But I think considering like where he is in the game right now, I feel good about Chris at this point. I feel like the way like he like got to talk about like his like experience, and I think the way that he was presented during the challenge like still gives me confidence that he could rebound from this and like start to have like this strong surge in the future.
So yeah, we're talking about predictions going forward. So it really does stink that I probably can't make it next week. And I say stink because I mean, I'm still excited to be on set. But like, man, it looks like next week's episode is going to be wild because, as we've known for a long time, this episode is literally going to be named after Anaya. So it's going to be sent. I feel like this could be like the boiling point for the red team. We saw during the preview some big things during the preview. It looks like both teams are going to lose. And like Ramsay even said something about the red team. I forgot exactly what he said, but something about the red team. We saw Jada might make her first mistake. That might be interesting. So, Jem, what are your thoughts on next week's episode? It looks like you might pick the absolute perfect week to start hosting. My God. So what are you feeling for next week?
I don't know about next week's episode, but what I do know is that as a episode prior to the episode where I'm going to be streaming, I feel like this was really good. I like this episode, and I feel like I don't know. I'm just looking back at my comedy or whatever here in this stream, and I'm like, I feel like it delivered. I don't know, but yeah, next week. Next week when it comes to Anaya, I don't think she's gonna be the boot. I think it's gonna be someone who's, I think someone like Jaden or
that's a funny thing.
Yeah,
be like
maybe Alexandra. I don't know, like someone who.
It's gonna be like when Patrick went home. You had all this fight, and then like Patrick goes home. That's kind of and I will take it. I feel like this is gonna be the culmination of the red team fight. But go ahead, starting route. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Jaden or what's the other one? Alexandra. That's another one. Yeah, I feel it's gonna be one of the I feel like, how last season we had the trio of Brittany, Anne-Marie, and Amanda, where it's like we could tell they were going home pre-Black Jacket, but it was kind of interchangeable. That's kind of how it is here, in my opinion. Well,
it's interesting you say that because we got two comments in a row saying that Ellie might be going home, and Gumball's like, whoa, he's been really high on Ellie. I would be shocked if that happens. But again, I just can't. Guys, I feel like it's going to be so catty next week that we're going to lose someone like a Jaden. But hey, if the blue team's safe for some reason, it looked like from the preview, like both teams lost, but they're both safe or Jaden does good. Maybe someone like Ellie might be like the Patrick in the situation. So I am so excited for next week. I'm gonna miss it. I know, but it's how it goes.
I'm just saying, like I find it funny how, Anaya's apparently the second contestant to have an episode with their name in it. And that episode is not called Annihilated. It's called Hell Hath No Fury Like Anaya Scorn. I'm like, they missed the opportunity for an Anaya pun and an episode title.
I swear, dude. Guys know me. I'm not all for toxic episodes, but if they're gonna name the episode after Anaya, who's been right in the middle of all this drama, and next week isn't just an absolute HK cinema like people are saying, bro. That's such a golden opportunity. So, Gumball, what are you feeling for next week?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely gonna be some fireworks next week, but I think when all is said and done, I am still probably going to lean towards being like one of like the more expected boots. Like I think Alexandra, Jaden, like feel like they would make the most sense to go in this point of the game. So like I feel like it may just come down to them going out. Like I don't think like we're going to have like this catastrophic collapse from like Anaya or Jada or anything like that. That's probably my prediction, but it'll still be like a fun ride to get there at least.
I think that
there's been a lot of, I'll get you go in a second, Jim. But yeah, there's been a lot of episodes, you're right, named after contestants in the new era.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm finally started doing. It took till season 16 for them to start naming episodes. My God. But go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I think, and you know, who knows? I might actually do this gives me an idea for a video where as I do season by season, I could do like, you know how Survivor takes a quote from a contestant that's quirky and uses it as the title. I'm thinking, why not do that for Hell's Kitchen as a hypothetical? And so for season 7, the final 7 episode, I'm thinking we'll just call it's simple, Hurricane Nilka.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know?
so far in all these episodes named after what, Tad, Trev, and Josh, they all went home that same episode. So again, Anaya could possibly break the curse. I might have forgot some person.
Wasn't it Jose on Port Trev?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, but that's it's like so it's still not. That's the thing. That was such a brutal episode for Port Trev. Anyway, Port Trev. You know that was the episode title. So, yeah, guys.
Friend on the stream.
Yeah, I would love to have Trev on. You know, guys know me. I hear he's doing pretty well for himself these days. No longer a chef, but a mailman. So, you know, I'd be interested to see how he's doing that in. And Mark, yeah, that was the other guy. So 3 for 4, and even Trev episode, like it was still brutal, and like you know, he went home afterwards. So it's like okay, well, yeah, we'll see what happens. The 5th, what? So this will be the 5th time we've had an episode named after a contestant, and the first female chef to have a
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm interested.
With Trev as a mailman, I'm like, guys, he's bald now. He's got to be a mailman. It's like
I was gonna say that, but boy, does he not like seem like a mailman or what? My God, dude. Oh, what's your motto? Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Oh my goodness, boy, that's another one. So this is gonna be very interesting. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully
Gail became a flight attendant. She looks the part, to be honest.
That's another. I was gonna say, boy, she fits that one too. Yeah, season 4. I was gonna say even like these episodes, like I'm definitely not as high in this episode as like Jem was, but from a storyline perspective, it was really fantastic. Carmi was a great character. I feel like this is where this has a chance to like really be a top tier season going on forward. So we might be hyping this up a little bit too much. Don't get our expectations too high, but I just know that's going to go. I'm going to miss an episode, and it's going to be like an all-time classic one. So, but we'll worry about that for next week. Do you guys have any other final thoughts about this episode? Gumball, I'll start with you.
Nothing too much. I mean, I feel like we covered a lot of like the major points from this episode.
And Jem, final thoughts for you? Any final things you want to say towards Kara? You can get her on next week. See if she wants to come back on.
Yeah, I considered that, but I want to try to get new people. People who haven't been on your stream before. That's just my goal. Maybe Marie can come if she wants, but you get what I'm saying. I'll miss you, Kara. That being said, I don't know, in terms of my ego, in terms of my bets, I was betting you'd go home this week, so at least I'm winning there. And then that's it. I guess I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I still have my favorites, and yeah, that's it. That's all. I don't know what else to say.
Well, you'll have plenty to say now because now it's time for your game. So yeah, give the people the update.
Popularity contest. Before we move on, here you go. In case y'all are, I'm not sure if any of you are curious, but the 3 screenshots that my friend sent to me of the episode, season 1, episode 4, DMV, where I'm in. So there you have Harriet Dyer. And if you look on the left, that's me in the green shirt.
No, you're just chilling, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah. Then there's another one. She's talking to, I forgot what this guest actress's name is, but she's a guest on the show. I'm on the far left again, green shirt. I'm looking at my phone or something.
Are you just like waiting?
Yeah, I'm playing a character who's waiting in line at the DMV, basically, in California. And then the last one here, you can see the two, the main character in the blue shirt, Harriet Dyer's character, and this guest actress talking. And I'm not in the best position right there in the background. I look kind of fat there, but to be fair, I was fat at the time. I'm even fatter now, so that's just how it is. But hey, this is a win for me. I'm grateful for it, and I'm actually closer to the camera than I imagined I would be. So that's great. I feel like I did have attention there. I'm gonna reveal this quickly. I remember when I started off that scene, I remember at one point, one person from makeup came specifically to me. I'm not sure if they went to other people afterwards, but they came specifically to me and like brushed my hair a certain way and put something in it. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I don't think they would do this if I was so far in the background, like, but that was it. Anyway, that's it. So
Alright.
now we'll get to the popularity contest. 26 contestants going home. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. All right, anyway. In 224th place, we've got a winner. Flynn just talked about this winner in a forgettable. Oh wait, no, actually, no, he didn't. But I feel like this person should be brought up in your forgettable winners video. This person is somewhat of a villain, not Michael, but the other one, Ariel.
Oh, well, she's not forgettable at all.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, until a certain point, so Ariel goes home with 5 votes, and there's going to be a bunch of other people going with 5 votes. She has 15 votes scored. Next person also 15 votes scored, but placed higher than Ariel last season. My mind's racing. My heart is pounding. Oh yeah, Ultra's not here, so never mind. Roseanne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next
season 15 is forgettable, but Ariel's definitely not a forgettable winner, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have a point there in the sense that she feuded with the runner-up of all people. And then Christina tells both of them, get in the closet because I'm going to treat you like my nephews.
Yeah.
Anyway, 222nd, this person is an all-star. 14 vote score, 5 votes against them this week. You mentioned them earlier in the episode in the stream, Flynn, as somebody who crashed on meat and went home in 10th place.
Crashed. Sorry, I'm a
all-star or veteran.
Roe.
Good job.
Yeah.
Next up, this was a shocker in my opinion. I didn't think this person was going home, and I said it in my placement predictions for season 20. 221st place. Flynn thinks her name is weird.
What?
Yeah, 13 vote score, 5 votes against them.
I think her name's weird.
Morgana.
When did I say that?
Dude, look at your most forgettable contestants of every season video, and you pick Morgana as the most forgettable, and you said, "Oh yeah, the only thing memorable is her funny name," something like that.
I thought I could have sworn because she had a baby face. That's what I thought I said. Did I really say that?
I swear, I clearly remember you mentioning that Morgana's name was like peculiar, something like that.
Maybe I did, maybe because I was trying to find something to say, but I could have sworn I chose the only thing about her was the fact that she had a baby face. But okay.
All right. Okay, all right, season 24 contestant, 220th, 12 vote score 12, 5 votes against them. Another person who had carrots as a problem.
You're right. So okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. This person had problems with their carrots as well this season.
Their carrots. Oh, is that from this season?
They were eliminated over carrots.
Cat.
Good job.
Oh, season 24 contestant.
All right, 219th. Let's see. This person was kicked out of the kitchen for drinking water in season 11.
Oh, Jacqueline.
Yeah, and this person now we're going down to people who were eliminated with 4 votes this week. 14 vote score, Jacqueline. Next up, this person, Gordon Ramsay says, I'm just standing there with the scalp like this. Season 4.
I don't know.
Dominic.
Oh.
I'm still working on. I was working on whether I would place him or Will/Sarah higher or lower, and I was telling you like on Sunday, Flynn. Yeah, it's a question. Oh yeah, vote score 14. It was a question of Dominic saying during the final plea that apparently he'd been 30 scalps. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, next up, we've got a runner-up, and this person mentored somebody who came on season 10.
Ralph, no, easy.
Yeah, another vote score of 14.
He is low, man. I know he's like some people like him. That's low for a runner-up. Yeah,
I considered asking.
Oh yeah,
I considered asking Ralph for the podcast as well, but I don't think he would be available, and I think he's like has a lot of money, so I'm not sure if he would be interested. I'm just saying that.
Why don't you guess. You'll never guess who Ultra's second least favorite chef of all time. Like this guy is above some all time hated chefs. So don't even guess people like Matt or someone like or Frank. It's not one of those. This guy is more hated than those guys. So just you can guess those in the chat. If you guys ever guess it, I'll let you know who's right because you might be able to guess if you know.
I already forgot who number 2 was, but anyway. 216th. This person was really popular on this season, but on Discord but their population kind of tanked on Discord after there was like a cheating scandal against them with their girlfriend.
Alejandro.
Good job.
Which still though, congratulations to the 2 on their baby.
Mm-hmm. Next up, also another vote that score 14, 215th. This person couldn't cook freaking lamb on season 11.
Susan, wow, another low placement. My God. That's crazy.
People are roasting Alejandro right now. All right, next up, 214th. Finally, a vote score 13 with 4 votes. This person feuded with Carol in season 5 a lot.
Andrea.
And somehow got to 3rd place because other people conveniently got eliminated.
Yeah, boy. You talk about just backing your way in. I'll say that.
Next up, this person was not as flawless as they claimed to be in season 19.
Amber?
No, Lauren Lawless.
Lauren, I would never get that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, vote score 13. 212th. This person, I like them in season 11, but Flynn, you felt that this person was overrated and you put them as like one of your lowest ranked contestants.
Was it Michael?
Yep.
Yeah, he really dropped for me on my rewatch when I did that. I still think he deserved to stay over Zach, but man, he was so bad in challenges. Dude, that fucking time where Ramsey brought him and Dan into the fucking storage room and freaking Michael took over for Ramsey. It's like, dude, who do you think you are? That was not. Oh, I swear, what? I didn't bring my baby home to the hospital because I wanted to work. Like that was some sort of that plea was so ridiculous.
I don't even remember. I do not even remember that.
That's the thing. I'm a huge workaholic, but dude, I would never brag about that, dude. My God.
But honestly, that sounds like something you would say in your plea. Like that sounds like a joke plea. That sounds like the sort of plea that you would make when you're like doing a sort of a comedy stretch and you're kind of like exaggerating something, like a parody, like like one of those Long Beach Griffey videos where he's like, oh, you're calling in sick from work and the boss says, look, I'm working and my dog died and my mom has cancer and I am having a cold right now. Like it's an exaggeration. That's what it felt like.
I know, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, next up, this person, also season 11. I think we have a lot of 11 contestants here today. Should have made it farther, but they got kind of fucked at the wrong moment because they're pre-GIF. They're forgettable, but they're
Amanda.
No, they're forgettable, and I feel like they should have been remembered.
Jessica.
Yep. Jessica Lewis, not the millennials, Gen X Jessica Lewis. This one.
Girl.
Speaking of forgettable people, I keep talking about how this person is forgettable from season 10.
Chris.
The other one.
Brianna.
Yeah.
Brianna.
Yeah, not season 13. 13 vote score, 4 votes against them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think people are hitting on. Oh yeah, his season 12 video just came out, but like people still probably remember Eternal's Possum where he flipped out. That was a funny video where he just flipped out on season 11 cast. All right, go ahead.
How did he flip out? Anyway, whatever. Another person known for being forgetful, 3 in a row now. This one from season 2, and Gumball erroneously guessed that this would be Ultra's number 2 pick or whatever.
Was this Robin?
Now you forget. No. This person from season 2.
Oh, okay. Season 2 was it?
Chat, just so you know, he thought when we were choosing who Ultra might hate the most. Like this is who Gumball.
It's like think about it. It's like who's the villain of season 2?
Gumball's like, oh, Maribel.
I think the opposite.
Gumball thinks it's this person, the most forgettable person on the fucking cast.
Yeah, Maribel.
And see, he's even forgetting her name now. That's how forgettable she is.
Yeah. Maribel.
Good job. There you go.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that was so funny. He was just probably just saw them and just like, I don't know. He probably didn't know.
Okay, a fourth forgettable person in a row. This one is a forgettable winner that was just brought up in Flynn's video.
Can only be Janelle.
Yep. Although I think I didn't watch that video, but I have a feeling that did you mention any theory of like you think that maybe she's forgettable because they wanted to edit her out a bit because of the drug scandal or something?
I did not. I just thought that was the one I really couldn't explain if you watched the video. So yeah, guys, you ever seen that video? That was a special Wednesday video. It's like I guess because they're so focused on the blue team and Mary's arc and John's arc that they didn't care about Janelle. But even then, 22 episodes, they couldn't give her much of anything. Like seriously, I don't know.
Yeah, this one's not a forgettable first boot. I feel like they could have been forgettable if people just let history take course, but people have to focus on stats. People have to focus on, as Flynn puts it, this person doesn't make sense as a first boot.
Carol Ann, yeah. Well, that's obvious.
There you go. Vote score 12 now for 4 votes. Next up,
she's also done well for herself as an actor. For an actor training, one of the few chefs to become an actor. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I think there's like 5 chefs now who've become actors.
I know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Josh and Siobhan. Like anyway, next one I talked about wanting to bring him on next week.
Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, he's low too, man.
Vote score 12. Next up, this person is, I think the only person from Wyoming, and that means, oh shoot, I forgot to put which states are eliminated this week, because if this person is the only person from Wyoming, that means Wyoming is eliminated this week, and I'll have to let you guys next week which states got eliminated this week. Anyway, this person's from Wyoming. That's all you have to know.
I do not know. I know we talked about that.
First boot.
I'm not gonna get it.
Tia got it. Nikki got it.
Arlene, yeah. I knew it was someone recent. Okay.
Yeah, vote score of 11. Next person, also forgettable.
How many do we got left?
I'd say 6, 7.
Okay, let's do it.
This person's also forgettable, but this one, this person's known for not necessarily being eliminated on the best of nights, but honestly, they were more memorable for having enough people not come back for the finale. So this person comes back to the finale and it ends up being the first pick of the winner.
Chris, I knew that one.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I remember him for. You explained that perfectly. Like, yeah, and he helped Scott big time too. He was Scott's boy. All right.
Yeah. Next up, knock off. Oh wait, hold on.
If I had to do it again, I probably would have chosen freaking Bev as the most forgettable chef from that season. He also, of course, Pizzagate. How can we not forget? Yeah, so I would have had to do that again.
Yeah,
but Bev had her moment too. She was pissed off at Jessica, so I was like, okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, 203rd, we've got knockoff Robin from season 19.
Jordan.
Good job.
Well, definitely in looks, definitely not a personality.
Yeah. Remember when last week, speaking of Jordan, remember last week I said like, this person is LGBT from season 19. Y'all thought I was talking about Jordan, but it was actually Brittany.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up, 24 contestant.
Oh no.
This one is also forgettable, and this person was eliminated for being forgettable.
Elena? You want to do her? Paul?
Close.
Carlos?
For doing nothing.
I literally can't remember.
Chase?
John at least tried to do something, and this person was eliminated for being an Elliot while John tried to do something.
Maddie? Did we already do that?
See, y'all are forgetting this person.
That's funny. That's what
this person is. Y'all are forgetting him. Okay, Tia, you got it.
Oh my god, dude, that's how forgettable. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that is how forgettable he is, dude. That is wild.
Yeah.
Antonio Wormley.
I completely forgot. I'm not gonna lie. And to be fair, that's crazy. He made it that far to 13th place because I was thinking, dude, how can someone make that far and be that forgettable? It's so crazy, dude.
Okay. Now we're on to there were a bunch of contestants who got 3 votes against them, but these 3 I eliminated only these 3 because these 3 had vote scores of 13 and I wanted to just get to over 25 contestants. And so that's these 3 contestants each have a vote score of 13, 3 votes against them this week. First contestant, not the one from season 3 that is a mystery, but this one from season 13.
Well, JR, no.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Oh, there goes a DC rep. Anyway, this person. This
Gumball,
one.
I want Gumball to guess these. If it's from a season he's watched, I want him to guess. If he
Okay. This one he's watched. He's watched this season. This person, we were talking.
I'm not going to be good at this.
Okay, when we talked about Caroline having an acting career, I mentioned this one as one of the two names of people who had modeling/acting careers. This one has become homeless at one point.
Oh.
I'm not sure if they're out of. I'm not sure if they're out of homelessness now, but this person is known for. I'm not sure if they're known. This person is known for having a dish that was judged by Ramsay to be good, but they were pressured by the villain of the season to sit out of the challenge. And then when they were proven right, the villain tried to double down and say, "It's not my personal opinion; it's my professional opinion."
I'll just make it. He's from the season.
This person has red hair, and it has a fucking Irish ass name.
Season 7
again.
Season 7.
Okay. Okay. So who's on season?
Fuck off, 7? Chef Ramsay.
Okay, this is
We'll give him time.
Again, like I don't have a photographic memory of.
All right, it's Siobhan.
Come on, dude. You have a photographic memory, bro. Anyway, Siobhan.
I like her last name. All good. I like it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if she was homeless, it wasn't all good. You know what I mean? But anyway.
But I can't believe that never got brought up. We talk about Chef Butts. All good. Anything but all good.
Last person, forgettable contestant. I felt that they were only eliminated because the week before, I felt like this is another victim of pre-GIF having done 2 mediocre services in a row, and Ramsay targeted them for that. Forgettable person from season 13.
Ashley.
No.
I'm not gonna
remember. Before Ashley.
Kaylin.
Katie. Yeah, there you go. Katie McCown. Okay, there's an Irish name right here. Kate McCown, you know.
That's ironic. We finished with a Texas girl after we had a Texas man.
All right, that's it. We're down to 198 contestants. I'll send Flynn the link to the next poll.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was going to say forgettable for season 13. That didn't narrow down that much. You had to kind of specific there, so.
Yeah, right. Ashley's memorable because everybody says, "Oh, she was robbed." You know what I mean? Like, Kaylin's memorable because she got delusional at one point, and then Katie was just forgotten, except for how everybody says, "Oh, you know what? Petroza's getting praised for putting himself on the sword, so why should Katie get criticized for it?" You know.
On that note, we just gave me the chat. So, guys, here is the link for next week. Also, guys, so in case you missed it, for the first time, and I've been doing this for 2 years now, so for the first time, I'll say this, Jem, even if it gets canceled, I'll still let Jem host, and I'll come in because I want Jem to host. I don't want to take this away. So, and we never said this. It was I won't say the list, but it was Season 8's Rob as Ultra's second least favorite chef, over the likes of Matt.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, by the way, Tia's like, show us the list, and I'm thinking like politically, that's I was thinking of something else, like of a certain other list,
You always get down that route. And let me link a I know, right? Like I can see why Ultra's gonna have to explain. Guys, make sure you call out Ultra next week so he can explain himself, because over the likes of like Matt and Andrew, I'm just like, I'm not sure about that.
Because here's the reality. Because let's be honest, Epstein's list is not going to come out because let's be honest, everybody's on the freaking list. Everybody in the comments is on the list. Everybody in the stream's on the list. Everybody's mom is on the list. Everybody's dad's on the list. Everybody's on the fucking list at this point.
Anyway, Jem, you have to call Ultra. If not, I gotta remind him to call him out, because it's just like, Ultragate. It's gonna become Ultragate then. Anyway, guys,
you're the one who spoiled his number 2. Anyway,
well, they're calling me out because I still think it was funny. I had to do it at that point. All right. So guys, be sure to subscribe to Jem's channel right there. There it is. So, Jem. So what? Not only is is that video coming out, the top 11 the gift face prediction coming out this weekend?
Yep, it'll come out Saturday or Sunday. And oh motherfucker, I just got 5 subs. Thank you very much, Flynn and company.
Holy shit! Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
Yeah. I just checked my channel now. I'm going to because last time I checked, there was sometime before the stream. I'm going to modify the channel to put the week 8 poll as the link, and then we'll be set to go.
All righty, let's get a W for Jim. I'm so excited for that. Gumball, what's anyone? Do you want to give anyone, with how we talked about, any possible spoilers on who you think your predictions will change? Do you think they'll remain mostly the same? What are you feeling?
I'm not expecting any like massive shifts. Like maybe there'll be like some people who go up after this week, but not super solidified yet.
Now I'm at 319 subs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just checked that. Maybe like 400. So yeah, as you guys know, if you guys saw my post this week, so this week, guys, I'm officially starting a new series of the explained videos. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos on YouTube where it's like explained in this, explained in 15 minutes, and it's like a bunch of circles and all of that. So that's what I'm going to be doing for like the foreseeable future, kind of like a rehash of like some of my old, more well-known videos, especially now that I'm done with my series. Now that I'm done with my series of winners, I feel like it's been a long enough where not only can I like, instead of just like, for example, instead of like talking about like top 5 worst teams, I can just like talk about more. And it's, like I'm working on the sous chef video right now, so I can talk about like every sous chef as opposed to just like memorable moments. So it's kind of a rehash, but also kind of different in a way, and just kind of a new way to bring home some of my fans who might have like missed my first couple of videos when my channel was first becoming popular. So yeah, guys, I don't know which video will come this week. I'm thinking about maybe every ejection explained, something like that. So just be on the lookout, and those are my videos to be on the lookout for the foreseeable future. And
repost the link one more time for the poll. I think somebody's.
I will do that for you, Jim, because you are such a nice guy. You are such a nice guy. Any final words for tonight?
I missed when your channel was HK idled out.
Dude, I know he was such an inspiration for me, as you guys probably know. But it's just
I have to. I gotta. I don't know. I was there something, but I'm not sure how I compare it to idled out exactly. But I have to, I guess, look into that. But yeah, that's an interesting take, Limit. I kind of recognize your name. Cool. Anyway, thank you all. This is great. This will boost me for next week.
That's what I'm saying. 2022, 2023, man, those are such fun times for me. But we're still on fun here in 2025. And I will see. Well, I might see you next week. But remember, guys, join Jem's stream. Subscribe to him. I'm so used to saying that. Join his stream. And hopefully I can make it too. But if not, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one, guys, and peace out.